Nope, can't do it. Not to him. Hello, I'm Average Joe, and welcome back to the world. Today we're on top of the blacksmith building that I have not actually added any decoration to. Still haven't come up with a name for the dog yet. And Howling Crown still isn't back yet. He'll be back in the next episode, most likely. Until then, yeah, there's a couple things I want to get done for this episode, and you, my little furry friend, will be coming with me while I do them. At least for now. I'd rather not see you get hurt or fall off a building or something. So, this is our current base of operations right now. It's kind of spread out. We've got the mine with our beds, the garden, the blacksmith, the fishing farm, the salmon, because fish, with a really so this will not be our base forever. There is another place we wanted to build our base, and I've actually been going off there off camera and not collecting, kind of getting things ready for being moved in and stuff. But our next base is actually going to be over in that mountain range somewhere, just over that way. There's a big valley that I kind of want to build in. Someone needs to learn to clean up. Anywho, come with me. So, what did I want to do today? Well, what I wanted to do today was finish off another thing on the sign. I want to make a tree farm. I do have the cows for the leather farm. They're kind of tied up here with a lead, even though it's invisible, they are tied up to it. So a tree farm is something I want to do. I want to be able to cut down trees and get like saplings and stuff reliably. And I think it's going to be built in this area over here. Now, I do want it to be rather large. And I'm probably going to be taking out some of these houses here. Now, right now, no one actually lives in these. There's no one living in here. In fact, this entire village is more or less deserted now. See, there used to be a bunch of villagers living around here, but they're not anymore. Like, we have these houses and stuff, and they're just empty. There's no one in there. The only villagers left in the village are in here, and I've boarded up the door so that the 2 villagers we have left, it don't, you know, die. because I'm sure there's another village around here somewhere, but I don't want to be the one to go looking for it and stuff, and I feel like it would just be easier if we had like a villager breeder or something. But while we do have 2 villagers more or less trapped in there right now and safe, we do have these buildings that are just sitting here and collecting dust. So to make room for the new tree farm, I'm going to be tearing down these buildings here. And those trees, but these buildings here. And the sun is going down, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. Welp, this is what it looks like now. As you can see, we took out the big building and 2 of the smaller buildings and a tree that was in the middle. And I actually ran through an iron pickaxe doing all this, and that's quite a lot of wood. So, yeah. There is now a lot more space to build over here, and I plan to maybe level this a little bit and things. There is a little water here and there, and the rest of these buildings and stuff is probably going to go away at some point, maybe. But yeah, some might be asking whether it was ethical to take down the villager houses and stuff, and as far as I'm aware, the people who lived in those houses are dead, so I don't think they're gonna mind too much. Anywho, what I need to do now is take this bit of land, move it down some, maybe tear off this a little bit so that we can start tearing a few more layers down. And once we get down to a sufficient spot, I'm going to build the tree farm. This one may take a while. Alright, so we got a space cleared out here. There's just one thing to do to figure out the area in which we're going to build this new tree farm. And if you just want to come with me so that you don't get hurt, please. You're like my second pet in this game. I don't want to lose my second one right away. Alright, so need to figure out about where I want the center of this to be. So the tree farm I'm going to be building is going to, work with a 2x2 area of saplings, yeah? So it's going to work with big trees. Which means if we want all of the saplings and stuff to come down and get collected in a chest at the bottom, we need to figure out how much space a big tree takes up. And that's going to make it a bit difficult. Might have to try this again. Oh yeah, and in 1.13, when a spruce tree grows tall, when a tall spruce tree is grown, it puts podzol on the ground. So that's a thing. I'm gonna take this down and try again. Let's try this again. Well, that's better, I guess. I guess that's what we have to work with. Alright, so let me see here. Maybe one more out. Okay. And then one more out from you. Same on this side. And on this side. Right, so the tree farm is basically going to be one growing platform and a bunch of water flowing into the center into hoppers, so that whatever falls down, like the saplings are right now, falls into a chest, so I don't have to worry about collecting it. And that should give us a net gain for stuff. And yeah, I don't think we actually need to take out the buildings, because I think this is just outside of that area. But we'll see. We'll see. So there's a few things that need to happen here. Let me just take a minute to sort this out. Alright, so what we need is a path to the planting area, and we need a collection area below the planting area, because the water's just gonna be in the corners and flow outwards. Hold on, let me test this really quick. It looks like if we set it up like this, there's going to be a large gap there. So I wonder what happens if we move those in by a block. Because we don't have a lot of iron right now, so it'd be best if, everything was configured that way. I see. Right. So this is the inner boundary for the tree farm. Alright, cool. So water will be going in this corner, and it'll basically always be flowing and always be pushing things into this area right here. Okay. So we need something to allow us to go from outside to inside, but also allow water to flow around and stuff. My immediate thought is pistons. And I believe, I don't know if that's gonna be a good idea. Let me make some really quick, even though it's probably a bad idea because this is all the iron we have. We will need, like, how many are we gonna need? We're gonna need a minimum of, let's say, 4 is our minimum, our maximum. Well, 6 is technically our maximum. 2 is our minimum. So let's make 2 pistons and then just put the rest of this stuff back. We're still gonna need that. So here is my idea. We have right in here these 2 pistons. And when these 2 pistons are powered, let me just when these 2 pistons are powered, they will act as a path between the planting area and the outside. Cool. Okay, so that's a thing we can do. We just need a place, oh, excuse me, to put the lever, which will probably be on the outside. So this is going to need a basement area most likely, so that we can get down there and collect the drops from this farm, and so that we can get down there and deal with the redstone, you know, in case there's a hiccup or something. And one other thing I kind of want to do is I want to swap out all the stuff down here for spruce planks, just for, you know, the sake of looks and things. So now that we actually have this layer under here dug out, there's a thing I want to do, because to collect all the stuff we're going to need hoppers. So we should probably craft those. And hoppers are really expensive, you know? But we're gonna make them anyways. We're gonna need 4 and then 2. Then... do I not have... where's the recipe for hoppers? Am I just missing it? Am I missing something here? Huh. Okay, well, I think the crafting book still has some issues. Throw that back in, and off we go. So the chest itself goes here. hoppers come out of it, and hoppers point into those hoppers. And that's pretty much the collection system done. Right, so now we put a layer of spruce on the bottom here. Alright. So, there's one thing left, and that is to power these pistons. So, let's make like a... Let's say the lever goes on top of... not there. On top of this one. And, boop, boop, boop. Alright, how does that work? Only props the one up. Alright, well, repeater, repeater, redstone, and now it pushes both of them. Now, here's the problem. Here's another problem. This repeater is self-powering, which means redstone's gonna have to come from another direction, preferably not this one. Right, so you, and there we go. All pistoned up. Which means we can put this, and these, and a little bit more. And there. Now all we need to do is put the water in. Right, well, I think I have a plan for the basement now. We're going to be going in, I think about here-ish. Yeah, about here-ish. We'll have a little thing at the front here that I'll probably build later. But I want to make sure I know exactly where the door is going to be going. Probably around here. Then I need to know about how far in I need to be. So we're looking at X31Z about 300. Well, it's not the prettiest area, but it will definitely work. And it's functional, so that's a plus. I am going to make a crafting bench to keep in here. Like, say, here. And then I want a storage box thing, chest. I want a chest for all of the drops we could possibly get from this. So, like, a place for spruce, just spruce everywhere. In one chest, a chest for oak, a chest for acacia, even though we probably won't be getting acacia because we're nowhere near a place that has acacia. In fact, the only two trees we have are oak and spruce. But it will be nice to have everything like moved out of here because there's only so much space in this area, and I kind of want to get everything decentralized. There we are. There's one, And it looks like it's a larger one. There's another, also a larger one. This is going to be a pain, isn't it? Maybe not. Need a bit more bone meal. There. Right. Let's see what we can do with this. Right. That should start decaying now. There's gotta be a way of preventing giant oak trees from spawning, right? Maybe the facade will be able to help with that. But yeah, I think that's all I want to do for tonight. It's getting kind of late while I'm recording this, and I gotta work tomorrow and stuff. And I want to get this out by, like, Saturday, and I might not have the time to do that if I keep going. So the facade will probably have to come much later, and the decorations for down here will probably also have to come much later. And yeah, I kind of want this to be a storage area for all the wood products and things like that. So yeah, this is a thing we did. So yeah, there's one thing we gotta do before I head out. At the end of the episode, when we have knocked one thing off, we need to put one new thing on there of the to-do sign. So we have the mob farm, cactus farm, kelp farm, leather farm, and enchantment room. We have a tree farm, a blacksmith, a greenhouse, and a fishing farm. So we need one new thing to put on there. And I can't think of anything at the moment. I do want to make an iron farm, but that requires more... Well, I probably could, but it needs... Building an iron farm needs space, and I don't really have the space to do that at this current moment. Mob farm? Do we have a mob farm on the to-do sign? Yes, we do. Okay. Gee, I don't actually know what else to put on there. Then, yeah, I think... Well, let's just put... Let's just say, maybe a little symbol here. Build tree farm facade. That's not actually how it's spelt. There's like a tilde or thing above one of those letters. And interior. And that's an important thing because it's got an important symbol above it right there. I guess. But yeah, a thing I would appreciate would be in the comments if you could leave little things for the to-do sign. I can pick one out at the end of the episodes and put it on there, because I want to get one thing off every episode. So yeah, I think that's it. This has been Average Joe, and I will see y'all next time. You know what? I like that one. This is a good name. I dub thee... Hey, aren't you supposed to have a name tag above your head now? What?